hope, creativity, kindness, bravery, confidence, and empathy. Together, they represent the elements of unity. But what were those elements' most defining moments on screen in Generation 5? Join along with me as we explore what truly brought out the very best in our favorite characters. Our subject today: empathy. Howdy Fluffbutts, it's me, FaolanCortez Cult. Welcome to the finale of this 6-part series where I investigate those almighty scenes of the main 6 when they represented their elements iconically. To finish off this series, I'm going to be focusing on Misty Brightdawn and her element of empathy. Or to put it simply, heart.
I might seem a little quiet, but my strength is very real. When my cutie mark comes to life, my heart helps me feel.
Alexa, what is the definition of empathy? Empathy, in layman's terms, is the power to share and understand someone else's feelings or experiences. It's similar to imagining what it would be like to be in that person's situation. While sympathy is more refined as feeling pity for somebody, you don't exactly feel familiar to how they feel. Empathy is like a more personal relatability, almost as if you've been through a situation akin to that person. It's the cognitive way of establishing a deeper emotional connection by just simply comprehending what they're feeling in that exact moment.
I will be nice and cool down at the beach.
Hey Zip, you were definitely right about one thing. It is much cooler at the beach than on Main Street.
Involving a poignant character like Misty Brightdawn, she is the legitimate embodiment of empathy, since we cannot ignore her obvious mental and emotional abusive upbringing. A bit of a later introduction, but Misty has shown handfuls of scenes having affinity for others throughout Generation 5. So let's dive in and discover the greatest moments when Misty was most empathic. Number 5. Misty and Xantop. He may have been a fictional character, but he still meant well to her heart. It seems as if Dungeons and Discords had a hand in writing this Tell Your Tale episode. Buried in a good book involves the main 6 accidentally getting sucked into a fantasy world inside Misty's mysterious spellbook. This is why you don't take books out of the restricted section, kids. A stern fairy informs the group they can escape if they defeat the most furious dragon of all, Xantop.
Xantorp the Furious!
That is the best name I've ever heard.
When they eventually reach his cave, the dragon isn't happy at all seeing them just barging right in. Each of their attempts to stop him fail until Misty steps forward and her heart takes center stage. She glances into Xantop's mind and realizes that he yearns for company and friendship because he's lonely. Ah, the classical trope of the giant beast actually being the biggest goofball there is. Works every time. Misty's performance is very sweet when she's the only one to emphasize with Xantop's isolation, even with the cave carvings relating back to her own drawings in Opaline's castle. A lovely parallel that, and it just becomes stronger with that shot of Misty offering Xantop comfort with that hoof on his chin. This allows the rest of her friends to open up to the dragon too, and give him the friendship he wished for before they leave. I kind of wish Xantop returned with the group though. That would have made for an awesome sequel. Number 4. Misty connecting with Maritime Bay. The roots of all evil. They bring every pony together after all. Opaline's fury has been unleashed for Equestria to see, and it seems that nobody can stop her. She's out there stealing cutie marks and sending the whole population into a panic. Certainly sounds like a nightmare nobody wants to be a part of. When the main 6 return to Maritime Bay with the dragons, the hysteria only increases as they realize the danger the town will be in when Opaline soon reaches them.
I'm just gonna say it.
We're doomed!
This is the moment when Misty grabs the spotlight once again and gives such a heartfelt speech from her own personal experiences of dealing with somebody as wicked as the evil Alicorn, expressing her empathy that they are all special even without cutie marks, so they're strong enough to stand up against Opaline.
You all have something to offer. You're all smart and brave and kind. I've seen you.
Her words definitely struck my chest, and the way she delivered them was brilliant. The scene reaches its peak when Misty even includes Sprout Cloverleaf in her motivational talk. That was just crazy on its own, with the indication that Sprout has gradually changed his ways from his actions in a new generation. Nevertheless, Misty's monologue was superb to supply every pony with the credence that they'll defeat Opaline if they keep it together, by showing they are not the only ones to experience pure terror. Who else agrees that Misty should become Maritime Bay's public spokesman? Number 3. Misty confronting Opaline. The natural follow-up from the previous moment, but part 2 instead. If you thought Misty's performance was good before, you ain't seen nothing yet. Roots of All Evil Part 2 brings the stakes higher than before, with Opaline on the brink of stealing the final cutie marks of the main 6. She successfully robs Hitch, Zip, and Pip's rump tattoos. Well, that's technically what they are. Before she's about to head off to Bridalwood until Misty viciously stops her.
Get away from my tree.
Your tree?
I won't let you do this to me.
Of course, the outcome of her confrontation doesn't end well, but you have to admire Misty finally breaking free of her chains and standing up to Opaline. Misty's heart shows itself with great force when she gives it to Opaline that she has grown up with such a forsaken childhood too, uncannily like herself when both of them grew up without any friends.
You were by yourself for so many moons, all alone. I actually feel really sorry for you.
Wow. That line. To have a character like Misty feeling empathy for the singular character that hurt her for a big portion of her past is commendable. This is almost comparable to the Friendship is Magic finale to Where and Back Again, when Starlight Glimmer offered Queen Chrysalis the chance of forgiveness and redemption, but Queen Chrysalis completely rejected her, just like how Opaline slaps Misty's pity away by taking her cutie mark. Brutal. A respectful try there, Misty, but your empathy soon became Opaline's downfall, and that's brilliant. I suppose you should have taken that chance, Opaline. Twilight Sparkle's now laughing in her grave at you, Opaline. Number 2. Misty and Alphabet's relationship. Our favorite father and daughter. Still brings me to tears. The episode Father of the Bridalwood is a near masterpiece story that's basically copium in a nutshell. You've got Alphabetal, the wistful dad who's sadly out of time with his memories of the past which don't define the present with his changed daughter. Then there's Misty, the incongruous child who's essentially a different and wounded pony now to the innocent and rascal youngster she was with her father before being taken away. God, this episode just hurts me every time because it's too real. Like, painfully real. Misty ultimately breaks down in her bedroom, apologizing to Alfie that none of his meaningful efforts to relive the past have worked.
Whatever Philly you used to love isn't here anymore. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This statement is deeply rooted in empathy because Misty does understand how her dad feels because he felt the same too after missing her and waiting for her for years, except she's not trying to hide it while Alphabetal is. Can you really blame him though? Of course you'd be a little desperate.
I was just trying to show I cared, but I understand. You want to be alone.
It's only when Alfie leaves does Misty come rushing back to assure her dad that she is still his girl. I absolutely adore this from her because now they can share their sorrow and appreciate the now and make up time for the future.
Though I know nothing about you, someday when you're ready, I want to hear all about your life and experiences and who you are now.
It's a pleasure to re-meet.
It's delightfully shown in the final act when Alfie allows Misty to be her own person with this new life she leads. This heartwarming moment objectively changed Misty's outlook moving forward in the series. But there is one moment that made Misty's empathy snap once and for all. And number 1. Misty freeing the main 6. Missing the mark. The greatest episode of all time in Generation 5, and for so many extraordinary reasons. There are plenty of fantastic scenes why Make Your Mark Chapter 4's finale works impressively well. The atmosphere, the tense story, the characters, and the fact they tortured an innocent baby nearly to death. My poor heart will never recover from that experience. But the main moment we can take away from this was how it finally made Misty break free from Opaline's influence. Her newfound friends turned their backs on Misty, believing she betrayed them. And I mean, they're technically right because she led them to Opaline, but she didn't consciously do it in cold blood.
I'm sorry.
You betrayed us.
I didn't...
After undergoing probably the harshest rude awakening, realizing what she has done, Misty's heart reaches the ceiling and bursts out into the sky, as she emphasizes with the main 6's imprisonment. This circumstance hits such a close spot for the conflicted unicorn, since she wishes for nobody else to go through what took away a good chunk of her life.
She promised me a cutie mark, and... I'm so sorry. You didn't deserve this.
So, she makes a promise to try and free them, Misty even declaring that she would rather be a blank flank than continue falling into Opaline's hoofs. This staggering performance earns Misty what her whole arc has been building up to: a cutie mark! If it wasn't for Misty's sense of empathy for her friends when she never had any in this very episode, the main 6 and therefore everyone else in the world would have suffered under Opaline's power. Misty's heart defines her in an uplifting way whenever she is surrounded by those who have been hurt similar like herself. And it has to be said, she has the sweetest smile that we all love. Empathy is her game, and unquestionably, she wins every time. Well, Fluffbutts, that concludes my picks for the top 5 empathy moments of Misty Brightdawn. What did you think of my choices, everyone? Were there any other heartfelt moments that you think I might not have included? Share all of them in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting this series, and now that we have concluded, I really hope you all will enjoy just rewatching this series whenever you want. So, Fluffbutts, don't forget to hoof smash that like button down below, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this and many more stuff coming soon. And also, don't forget to leave a pledge on my Patreon page down in the description below, so you can help support me in making these fantastic videos more consistently. And I shall see you all very soon. Goodbye! And just before this video ends, I want to give a huge thank you to all my patrons on my Patreon. My Silver Fluffbutt patrons, Sabrina Wade and Alex Smith, and all my Gold Fluffbutt patrons, Drew Lazinski, Clear Heart Apple, Jonathan Chapper, Stephen Cram, Darth Siler 22, Owen Wildish, Man City Fan, The Bluish Pony, and KikiBat VA. All of your love and support is greatly appreciated. Thank you.